Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. A very warm welcome to all of you in your English class. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to start another chapter from the book Broadway Course Book 4. The name of the chapter is Who Did Patrick's Homework? And this is lecture number 1. These are our learning outcomes. By the end of today's session, inshallah, all the students will be able to read and understand the text, deduce the meanings of the given words and make sentences, and answer the questions related to the text. These are the highlights of today's lesson. In today's lesson, we are going to cover these points. Patrick did not like to do homework. Patrick met a tiny man who promised to grant him a wish. And Patrick asked the tiny man to do all his homework. Patrick did not like to do his homework. He found it too much boring. He liked to play cricket and football instead. He used to say that cricket and football are better than homework. His teachers would try to convince him that he wouldn't learn anything if he remained reluctant to do his homework. But what could he do? He hated homework. One day he noticed that his cat was playing with a little doll, and he took hold of it. He found it to be tinier than any doll he had ever seen. To his amazement, it was a man of the tiniest size instead of a doll. He wore a little woolen shirt and a tall hat similar to a witch's hat. The little man requested Patrick not to give him back to that cat. In fact, he promised Patrick that he would grant him a wish. Patrick couldn't believe his luck. He thought that the little man was answer to all his problems. He agreed to the little man's request on a condition that the little man would do all his homework till the end of the month. The little man's face wrinkled, he kicked his legs, doubled his fists, grimaced, scowled, and pursed his lips. In short, he expressed his displeasure. However, he agreed to it reluctantly. The elf kept his promise and began to do Patrick's homework. However, there was a problem. He didn't always know what to do, and he needed help. He would call Patrick for help, and Patrick had to respond. Here is the sequence of the events of the text which we have covered so far. Patrick hated homework. He liked cricket and football more. His teachers cautioned him. Patrick saw his cat was playing with an elf and grasped it. The elf wore a woolen shirt and a long hat. The elf promised to grant Patrick a wish on a condition. Patrick agreed and asked the elf to do his homework. The elf reluctantly agreed to do the homework. The elf didn't know what to do and he needed Patrick's help. Exercise number 1. Words to know. These words have been taken from the text which we have covered so far. You are required to find out their meanings by going through the dictionary. Furthermore, You are also required to use these words to make sentences of your own. Exercise number 2. You are required to attempt the given questions. Your answer should be short and relevant. This is your homework for today. You are required to complete exercises 1 and 2, which have already been discussed in this video lecture in your copies. I hope you will find today's lecture both informative as well as interesting. Inshallah, in the next class, we will continue with the same chapter. Furthermore, we will discuss some more exercises relevant to this text. I would advise you to read the complete chapter to achieve better understanding. Inshallah, we will meet in the next class. Until then, it is Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.